jumping game. And going to this best of three. What a best of three we got here. To the bottom right hand side, our red Protoss player from Team Liquid in this Team Liquid showdown. It is MaNa. And to the upper left hand side is going to be our blue Zerg player. It's Snute. Good one, Wardy. Haha, thanks guys. Appreciate it. Python's horrible with the indentation. Well, my Python course was easy because I'd already done the C course, so writing in Python after writing in C, I was like, holy shit, this makes so much sense. Oh my god. I'm going to add my webcam to the stream for just a second because I completely forgot to actually put this decoration on the tree. Yeah. I'm going to join the game just for a moment. Killjoy, thank you so much. And I'm going to put you, again, we're kind of filling up around the back today. We're just filling up some of these back branches to help us out a bit. Alright, awesome. Now you're on the tree, we can come back in and actually continue this game. Let's do this. Hatch Gas Pool is the opening here. Game number one of this best of three. And we get set up and rolling to see what the players are going to go for. Now, just watch a little bit of MaNa's PvZ. I'm sure we could see perhaps a little bit more kind of brilliance out of him, some later, longer games, if Snute lets him get there, because Snute, well, he will be someone who will take advantage if he's given time to play the late game. He loves to play the late game, but he can also be very good in the mid game too, so we'll see what happens as we kick this off. The Liquid team kills never end. Well, what are you meant to do, man? You put them both in the same group, they both win their match. They've got to team kill each other at some point. Well, I guess, you know, they could lose and then just win and avoid each other, but that doesn't make sense, because now they guarantee one of them to go out the group. As we continue to move on through this. Overlord coming across the map, looking to see what's going on. And the cyber core of the warp gate as well. And the Nexus coming in too, so just building up, getting rolling in these early stages. Not really anything all too crazy. A couple of things will be moving around the map as well, and we'll be following these to see what they want to get up to, of course. Just a little bit of information to be gained from Snute early on. What is MaNa going for, perhaps? Keep an eye out, try and sneak in there. Meanwhile, MaNa does show us his hand in the early game. Just going to be throwing down the Twilight Council. Obviously, the opportunity to go into a few different things here. We've already seen glaives from him today. There is that possibility of playing in towards something other than glaives, such as the Dark Shrine and the Archon drop. There's the Robo, which will be very indicative of a Dark Shrine and the Archon drop playstyle, as this Adept picks up the first Zergling kill. Only one of those Zerglings left alive, and it might get hunted down here. The Adept does find it, and that poor Zergling actually gets off lucky. The Adept is, just completely ignores it, runs on by, and goes in towards the upper left-hand side instead. So Zergling stays alive, and Snute will try now to come on in, but there's a Stalker. And it gets away again. Wow, this Zergling is good at staying alive, man. It's insane. I'll pull him back. Is actually once again going to dodge the Adept. This Zergling, he's unstoppable. He's untouchable. Well, he's touchable, but he's unkillable. It's too clever, and he knows now to go back home to safety. Good old Zergling, staying alive for now. Well, there's the extra gateways. It was the Dark Shrine, and with 3 extra gates, you get the 4 gateways in total. Makes it so that you can just warp in 4 DTs, which is 2 Archons right from the start. Snute just needs to make sure he does have some sort of detection up in his bases, just in case the DTs do run in before becoming Archons. So this Dark Shrine just a few seconds away from completion. And again, the Roach were on about 75% of the way done. Snute starts up his spores, so he's actually going to be pretty darn safe against this. All you have to make sure of now is that you do have enough units in each mineral line or close to the mineral line, because the one thing that can still happen is that the spore crawler just gets targeted down before the units can actually kill it because they're out of position, or they don't, they don't get surrounded to protect it, or whatever. Now Snute is starting to make a few lings and roaches, and there is the 4 DTs from MaNa going to warp in down to the south side. And they're going to come in towards the left-hand side, so they're going to move to the left as we see a lot of lings going across the council to the third base. Well, we just talked about having the units here, and well, Snute recognizes the DTs coming in. So he surrounds his Spore Crawler with the drones, and now he is starting to pick those DTs off. So the Spore Crawler will not go down here. Kills one of the Dark Templar as well, which actually delays the Archon drop. And meanwhile, those lings that came across the map, well, they're going to get themselves an Adept and a Pylon, slow down the third Nexus. And 4 drones lost in the process isn't brilliant. Could have been maybe a few less if he didn't send the Lings across the map, but then he wouldn't have delayed this third Nexus. So, positives and negatives, pros and cons to what Snute has done here. As we're just going to be seeing these two Archons going to be finishing up in a moment. Five more Roaches going to be finishing soon. Missile attack upgrade actually gets cancelled here by Snute. Oh, is he just going to play super aggressive? What's the game plan from Snute here? Just mass Roach, or I don't know why you would cancel +1 missile attack. I mean, he's making more Roaches, so I guess he really is just going to throw this into as many units as possible and go, go, go. Is extra Roaches that much better than having +1 missiles? Well, obviously Snute seems to think so for what he wants to do here. Maybe it's because he realizes there still isn't a third Nexus, and so he's preparing for potentially a big follow-up attack where he realizes he has to drone a little bit, but he needs as many units as possible, and so he isn't going to commit into the the big kind of +1, just get himself some more units to help out. And we've seen these Lings again, a couple of probes, an Ellie and Adept as well, but there's a real commitment to MaNa to try and get this third Nexus. I mean, he's trying to get workers over there, but he just cannot do it successfully. Meanwhile, this War Prism gets pushed away by the Queen Force in the main. Plenty of Roaches to shut that down, and again, Snute just playing the drone game, but not the upgrade game at this stage. Plenty more drones coming in, as finally MaNa starts up his third Nexus, but already from Snute, this is looking fantastic. As we are just going to be seeing this third Nexus dropping down. So restarts the +1 missiles now, so again, really did just want to have enough Roaches before, as now we're going to see that Hydralisk Den is being built up as well. To the left-hand side, a couple of Archons going to come in and start working their way through this hatchery. Hatchery gets cancelled and a drone gets picked off. More Roaches of Snute are coming down the left-hand side, and just going to be seeing this DT just going to sit on the gold base and wait as more Zerglings and Snute going to go over to the right-hand side. They're going to try and do a little bit more, but Immortal's in position, the army is there. And Snute now just playing the patient game as he goes into Roach Hydra composition. Those Hydras coming through with the muscular augments. And again, that +1 missile is starting to come into play to help our Zerg player out to get him that upgrade in the end. Two Archons working their way through this hatchery. It's getting pretty low. There might be a cancel, but the Roaches do arrive. Lings will commit to help out, and it will just be a lift up. So Snute protecting his fourth. Everything about Snute so far, I have to say, has been pretty darn on point. Can't really pick out any mistakes so far. I mean, he lost a couple drones here or there, but other than that, it's been pretty darn solid with some very good play. As now we see MaNa coming down towards the lower right, and Snute pushing across the map with these Roaches again. Again, looking to just try and do a little bit more here. Two Colossi on the way, MaNa making a tech switch, but Snute going to attack before that really becomes a thing. Muscular Augment's not far away in 20 seconds until +1 attack. I mean, those are both upgrades which will go a long way to helping this out. As Snute positions himself on the third. Well, where is the Colossi? Being Corona boosted, okay, great, but they're not going to be here right at the start of this fight. And now, MaNa's up the ramp. He has to attack down a ramp into Snute. That's not how this should be. And Snute is going to get the third Nexus just like that. I mean, you kill the third Nexus like this, I think you can just back away. Why push up a ramp into the natural if you're up now 4 bases to 2? Just go back, build up a bit more, take over advantages. Well, Snute might try to fight, but you'll see the Colossi. There's a lot of units to the right side as well. And that has units all over the place. He tries to set up somewhat of a surround. No Colossus range just yet, which could be a big deal in this. It could allow Snute to get a little bit of a better fight and actually pick those Colossi off. The War Prism starts to micro these units, the Colossi and the Immortals. Everything from Snute here gathering up to the left, and all the Lings that ran in the other side actually got taken down already. Now the Colossi being microed once again. A shield battery helping. That Colossus still just alive, but the Immortals have gone down. There's one Colossus dead, the other one's still lifting. Snute loses a lot in this fight, a lot more than, he's behind by more than he was before. He's ahead by less than he was before. Well, it was an interesting fight. Kind of, if he wasn't as far ahead, this would be bad. In the meantime, this 4th base did get cancelled, which is obviously a huge deal. And that's a heavy loss. There's 10 more Hydras on the way out here now from Snute. A lot of these Hydras just gathering up to the top side with these Lings and with these Roaches. Nexus drops on the 3rd base as we see these two Overseers of Snute just going to be moving around. He actually contaminated one of these robo facilities. He had another contaminated too. Was maybe just looking to see what else was coming out. He drops the new one actually onto the same robo. Well, it's going to be seeing this Overseer going to be. I wonder if there's some kind of positive to kind of do not on the same robo. rather than doing it on the second one. I can't immediately myself kind of think of anything why. Maybe just the way that delaying one is better than delaying each one the same amount in the end. Because now the Colossi are going to be staggered in production. That could be a thing. Could be it. It is interesting. Anyways, MaNa is in a very tough spot as Snute. Well, here comes his next army, and this is just how far ahead he was. And again, I guess in the end, Snute did kill off one of those Colossi, which means that attacking into this position now is a little bit more easy than it would have been otherwise. Nexus is cancelled once again. Still 3 Colossi. I'd just love to see Snute with something to help out against this, because just as a as a spectator, it doesn't look pretty when he's fighting into this, and the lasers are doing so much damage. Targeting firing Hydras in the back as well is great play. It's the exact sort of thing you want to do as MaNa. Target down the Hydras, which take extra damage and which will drop a lot faster. Snute backs away here now as the wall will choke him up, and he will take a moment just to take down the wall. Some more units continue to come on through though, and I mean the Colossi really are just on their own. All they can do is kite backwards and backwards and hope that they're going to be able to get to safety, but Snute has way too much, and it's going to be GG. Snute ends up taking game number 1 of this best of 3 in this Team Liquid winner bracket match in Group D of the course. Let's go into game 2 and see what's going to happen. As we do have to the bottom right hand side of the map, it's our Red Zerg player from Team Liquid. Give it up for Snute. And to the upper left hand side, our Blue Protoss player from Team Liquid as well. It's MaNa. What's up, the random name? Good evening. How you doing? Thanks for dropping by the stream today and checking out the action. How's everyone else doing as well, guys? How are you guys feeling? What's going on? How about Temp gonna give it a standing ovation? That's what I like to hear. Just because we're online and streaming and you guys all at home doesn't mean you can't get up and clap and cheer for the guys. Okay, your family might look around like, what the hell's this guy doing? Maybe you're at work and all your colleagues are like, the fuck? It's okay. It's completely normal, trust me. They are the ones that don't understand. Probe here just being a nuisance for MaNa in the early stages. Just stopping these drones from mining as effectively as they would like to. Bounce them around between different mineral projects to the point where Snute even pulls a drone off the mineral line to poke that probe away. That's how annoying he is finding this right now. That probe is going to take its leave. Wants to back away now. Nexus starts from MaNa, and a Cybercore dropping down as well. Your neighbor will look at you weirdly, so what? Just tell them about StarCraft, introduce them to the stream. Make them the biggest StarCraft 2 fan you've ever known. Boom. Imagine if one of us, if every single one of us managed to make one more StarCraft fan out of like a friend, a colleague, someone you pass by on the street. Then, by logic, there would be twice as many StarCraft fans. It's insane, right? It's that simple. If we just take one person each and brainwash them with StarCraft, we'll be done. We'll have so many more viewers and players and all the rest of it. What's up, Camex SC2 coming in for the Cheer 100. Thank you very much for the support. Let's see some Woody Hearts up in the chat, please. Full Camex, thank you for the Cheer 100, mate. Poor Mythbusters again, beaten away at slowly but brutally. Taking 100 here, 100 there. Is it enough if they just start playing co-op? Of course it is. Co-op's a part of StarCraft 2. You get them in the game. Eventually they're going to realize 1v1's where it's at. Then they play 1v1. Kaboom. They're hooked for life. Pro being chased here by this drone, as we do see the pylon going to come down and block the third hatchery. See what Snute wants to do about this. An Adept going to arrive as well to keep on trying to, well, slow down the third hatch basically. So Snute might just take it on the low ground instead. He might just delay it. No, he is going to take it to the low ground. Bringing a drone down there. Hey Woody, what if we bring in 2 new fans? Well, if everyone brought in 2 new fans, believe it or not, there would be more or less 3 times the people. Insane. I know. Absolutely insane. If you bring 2 more fans, that means I don't have to bring one. No! That's not how it works. Man, if the Stargate opening is going into the Oracle and now a Phoenix follow-up as well. Going across the map here, looking to see if he can get just a little bit more damage done. Obviously, creates a lot of you know, map awareness for him in the early stages of the game as well. This one of Depth still just looking around. Will end up shading away, doesn't want to stick with here. Stick over here forever. And there's the Oracle being pushed away too. Quick maths? Yeah, man. We can do any quick math on the stream. Math is super easy when you do it on the stream, trust. You know, one time someone asked me, like, if you have 3 Adepts and you lose 1, how many Adepts do you have remaining? I was like, 10, because you're 8 getting and you wolfed in 8 more already. Duh. Easy math. What if you bring X fans? God damn it, guys. Can we stop algebraing the math count, the fan count with the math? We did like 2 math equations already. Can we just chill? Twilight Council are going to be finishing up in a moment. 2 more gates building. The Robo came down as well, which will set up the Wall Prism to keep up some pressure here in the early stages. They're even building up from Snute. He does go into the +1 missile upgrade, and this time we'll also drop a Bane Nest, something we did not see out of Snute in the first game of this series. Something just a little bit different. Meanwhile, this Oracle is up the left-hand side again, just moving around. Again, it's good at map control, it's good at helping the third base stay alive, while the Phoenix will pick off these couple of Overlords, or actually just one sent across the map by Snute, the others so far kept at home. Safe haven for them. The differential of E to the X is E to the X with respect to X dash. Oh my god. Can we not do this level of math on stream, guys? You know, when numbers start being part of math, that's where it all goes wrong, you know? All of a sudden... Oh yeah, plus C, you forgot the constant. Come on! Brings out a constant, doesn't it? Well, just like that. We've been proven wrong. See, we can't even do quick math on stream. It always fails. No, it's literally proven now. Gonna be seeing the couple of Archons coming in, picking off the Overlord. And we are going to see this Overlord continue to take some damage. A second Overlord now. A few Zards warping in, and Snoot's going to have to pull back with the first few Roaches. But he does have some Banes, he's got some Lings, he's got Hydras on the way as well. He should have what he needs to push this back. He didn't overdraw and he wasn't super greedy at all. As we're going to be seeing the Adepts still pushing through. Oh, the Bane's still pushing through, apologies, as we see the Archons lifting up. I'm going to back away. Oh, the constants from integrals, god damn it. I haven't done calculus for like 3 years, guys. I graduated like 2.5 years ago. Okay, give me a break. Fake third Nexus, more or less. Well, okay, I guess he's got 52 probes. It's not loads of probes, though. He's still committing quite heavily to this aggression. Banes from Snute are about to hit Bane speed, but even without it, they are connected on these Zealots and continue to do a little bit more. Zealots continue to get pushed away. Archon's still upside. And continue to move around. God damn it. See, this is why you can't actually do math on stream, because then you say one thing wrong and everyone's mean to you. I'm sorry, guys. It's been like 2.5 years since I integrated E to the X or differentiated it. Give me a break. It's not fair. Probably more, because I didn't really do much E to the X in my master's project, or differentials or integrals. I more did, why the fuck isn't this machine working, for the entire year. Pretty memes. Trying to really good if you're trying to do something with iron germanium. You can't make any iron germanium because the machine's broken. Really makes for a great project, trust. Archon's going to be obviously just lifted up here. MaNa should not be letting those die, as we are going to be seeing. Oh, still a couple of Zealots going through the center. The Oracle as well for down a Revelation. A few Hydras and Roaches coming through as well. And I mean, Snoot's got a heck of a lot, I have to say. Like 74 to 46 army supply. But Storm about to finish. Well, let's see how this aggression goes for him. He's building a Lurker Den behind it, so he doesn't necessarily need to be overly aggressive. A lot of shield batteries here as well. Those initial High Templar. Well, Storm's just about to finish right now. Is it in time? I don't think the High Templar have the energy. 2 of them going down already, and the rest of the Templar get found by the Banelings. And Snoot's just going to crush on through into the third base and beyond. Immortals going down, the Archon goes down. Banes are in the mineral line, blowing up probes and Zealots. The shield batteries, I think the third Nexus just straight up falls here. GG, and Snute is just a little bit too good. And that's going to be Snute taking the 2-0. He advances to the quarterfinals of the Corsair Cup 2012 year-end finals. 2012-2017 year-end finals. I can't even